Stay with our top story. Some South Africans have arrived at OR Tambo International Airport after traveling to Lagos to attend TB Joshua's church service. Let's go live to reporter Zikhone Tshona, who is at the airport. Good morning, Zikhone. Firstly, what is the situation there?
Good morning, Kathy. Well, the members of the church did start arriving from this morning at 5 o'clock. We've been trying to get comment out of them, many of them very reluctant to talk to us, saying that they saw God and they can't talk about the things that they experienced while the building was collapsing. So people are not really forthcoming about information about what happened in Nigeria.
And Zikhone, what else have people told you, particularly the survivors? By the sounds of it, you've spoken to survivors of this collapse. What else have they said to you?
We've spoken to a lady who was an unofficial doctor on the trip, and she's told us that when the incident took place, she was at a cafe in a nearby building, and she literally ran for her life, and people started following her, and there was a bit of a stampede, but she survived. She's limping a little bit now. But what she was willing to tell us that she feared for her life at that moment. She saw the bricks falling and she couldn't believe what she was seeing before her eyes. We've also spoken to a gentleman here who's waiting for his brother, or just heard that the news of his brother's passing in Lagos, and he just wants to know how he can get there to identify his brother. His brother, we know, went to the church with his wife, and the wife is back home safely, but the brother did not survive that tragic accident, Kathy. So he's here wanting information, and he's saying the family is not doing well with the news.
Zikhone, do you get a sense, just through the conversations you've had with people, that there's a reluctance to actually go into details about this incident?
There is a huge reluctance into going into details with this incident, Kathy. I mean, when we arrived here, we saw the members of the church. They're wearing purple T-shirts. They're sitting here at the arrivals at the OR Tambo International Airport. And trying to talk to them, they basically just tell you, no comment. I'm not talking to the media about this. We can talk to our officials. We're not saying anything. And I chased a man up the stairs trying to get comment from him. And he told me that he's not going to talk to me. But all he can say is that he's blessed to be alive.
And do we know when some of them actually started arriving back into the country, Zikhone?
We know that flights from Lagos arrive at OR Tambo International Airport every day between 5 and 6. So they started arriving between 5 and 6 this morning. Another group will arrive tomorrow morning between 5 and 6, and so on and so forth. But members of the families that are in that tragic accident are here, and they're saying they haven't lost hope, some of them. They're saying that they're hoping that their family members are still in hospital, or they're here getting health checks. We know that some of them are getting health checks here at the airport. So people are saying that that number, that death toll of around 67, should not be announced as an official number, because they're still hoping that their family members have made it through this. There's a lady sitting here. She's been on the phone trying to get hold of family members. She's saying 2 of her friends were at the church, and she's just trying to get answers. She's trying to get a word of where they are. Did they survive the tragedy, or are they in hospital? What's going on?
Now, Zikhone, particularly for the family members that are there, is there any clarity on how they're actually going about trying to track down their loved ones? Who are they calling to get this information?
The gentleman that we spoke to earlier, whose brother didn't survive the accident, has spoken to international relations, and they've also been, international relations told him that they can call international relations and sort of arrange a way to identify the bodies. We know that the group that's here helping the church members that have arrived here, they're saying they want people to send them pictures, WhatsApp messages, photographs of their family members that did attend the church service. So it's not really clear. The steps that they can take are not really clear at this stage. The doctor that's here, the unofficial doctor that was helping out at the incident that's here, is saying she wants WhatsApp pictures from people whose family members were there, because some of the faces are unidentifiable because of the intensity of this accident. But we know that international relations, and we know that the president has called on all national departments to help get these families to identify their family members.
And Zikhone, let's talk about the tour operators. At this stage, the understanding is that there were 5 different groups that were out there. Have we seen anybody on the ground that works with these tour operators? And have those families, do they know who these people are?
It's not yet clear what the people that have arrived, what they were doing in the church, whether they were just church members attending a service or what exactly it is they were doing, because people don't want to talk to us. As I said earlier, they're very quick to brush us off. They're very quick to tell us that they're not willing to say anything about what they were doing in the church or whether they are leaders or anything like that. People are saying they're just blessed to be alive. The only person that we know is an official that we spoke to is the doctor that says she, in that tragedy, was also in the mix of injury. And she got up and she said, I must remember that I'm a doctor and I need to get up here and help these people. That's sort of like the only official person that we have here at this stage. All the other people that we've spoken to earlier, they don't want to talk to us. Some of them look very distressed and sort of pained by the tragedy that they saw or the things that they witnessed there, and saying that they're happy to be home, happy to have touched down in South Africa and be able to go back to their families.
All right, that was reporter Zikhone Tshona. She's live from the airport.